The tectonic plates of Port Charles are shifting, ripping apart decades of loyalty, legacy, and mob rule in a single breath. We are standing on the precipice of an impossible new reality, where the ultimate enforcer walks away, corporate spies strip down for war, and the courtroom doors slam shut on a man's freedom. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Port Charles addicts. It's Friday, a beautiful day to dive into the absolute madness that is our favorite subject. Grab your coffee or your wine, because we have so much to unpack today. I cannot believe they actually did it. I am sitting here typing furiously at 2 a.m. because my brain is just short-circuiting over Friday's episode. I mean, Jason is actually doing it. He is actually walking away. React first, explain later, right? Jason is quitting the mob. After decades of being Sonny's right-hand man, his lethal shadow, the guy who cleans up every single mess, Stone Cold is hanging up his leather jacket. I've been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen them tease Jason leaving the mob before. Remember when he tried to step back for Sam? Yeah, didn't work then either. But this time, it feels incredibly, terrifyingly real. And my heart is just pounding out of my chest because the implications are absolutely massive. Because honestly, Jason isn't just an employee to Sonny. He is the entire foundation of Sonny's safety. So let's talk about that scene with Dante and Sonny. Dante shoots this loaded, heavy question at his father, and you could literally cut the tension with a knife. Dante looks Sonny dead in the eyeballs and asks, "So, if you tell me Jason's walking away, who's going to be in front of you?" All caps, because that is the question of the decade. Who is going to protect Sonny Corinthos now? Let's be real, Jason wasn't just an enforcer. He was Sonny's human shield. He was the impenetrable barrier between Sonny and every single bullet with his name on it. Dante is terrified, and honestly, he should be. Dante is a cop, but he loves his dad, and he knows exactly how many enemies are waiting in the shadows. I know some people are loving this vulnerable Sonny era, but personally, I am dreading what comes. Sonny has hired other enforcers from time to time, especially when Jason had gone missing and was presumed dead. We all remember Sean Butler, right? Sean was great. He was loyal, he was a badass, but he wasn't Jason. Nobody is Jason. Jason has this innate, almost supernatural ability to anticipate threats to Sonny before they even happen. And now Jason is choosing Danny. He is choosing his son because Sam is gone. Rip Sam. I will never forgive Cyrus for taking her from us, and Jason knows he is all Danny has left. It's beautiful, it really is, but it leaves Sonny completely exposed. Am I the only one who thinks Sonny is going to get targeted immediately? Jen Sidwell is still out there. The WSB is a mess, and Sonny is sitting there without his ultimate protector. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Let's talk about Jason and Tracy Quartermain. This scene gave me life. Tracy is sitting in the Quartermain breakfast room, probably sipping her perfectly brewed tea, and Jason just shows up. Tracy, being the absolute icon that she is, doesn't even blink. She just looks at him and asks, "What am I in for? Good, bad, or pack a bag, hide a body?" I literally screamed at my television. Tracy knows Jason's history better than anyone. For the past 20 or 30 years, this man has been Sonny's hitman, bringing chaos, bullets, and bodies to their doorstep. But Jason looks at her and reveals that he has quit the mob. He is no longer Sonny's hitman. The look of shock on Tracy's face. You guys, Jane Elliott acted the heck out of that moment. Tracy should be throwing a parade. She should be hiring a marching band to walk through the Quartermain living room. Because honestly, Monica must be smiling down from heaven right now. Monica always hated Jason's mob ties, and to see him finally step away and embrace his family, it's everything. But I kind of wonder, what is Jason going to do now? Will he work in Sonny's legitimate businesses? Aurora? LQ? I mean, can you imagine Jason sitting in a boardroom discussing quarterly earnings? I kind of want to see it just for the comedy. But knowing Jason, he just wants peace. He wants to be a dad. But in Port Charles, peace is the most dangerous thing you can ask for. And speaking of boardrooms and corporate chaos, can we talk about the Metro Court pool? Because it is getting hot in Port Charles, and I'm not just talking about the weather. Serena Baldwin is back, and she is making her move. Lucy Coe is an absolute mastermind, and sending her surrogate daughter to seduce Michael Corinthos is the kind of soapy goodness I live for. Serena is all decked out in this incredibly seductive swimsuit, lounging next to Michael at the pool, trying to work her magic to reclaim those deceptions. I mean, let's look at the history here. Deception is in a full-blown corporate war. Maxie sold her shares to Michael, Tracy is throwing her weight around, and Lucy is desperate. So Lucy brings in Serena as her heavy hitter. But Serena's strategy? A honeypot trap. I can't even. It's so classic General Hospital. But Michael is not the same gullible kid he used. He's a ruthless businessman now. He sees right through it. Serena probably batted her eyelashes and asked him out, but Michael just shuts it down with a massive... Michael tells Serena that there is one huge hurdle she's going to have to overcome. The hurdle is Jacinda Bracken. Yes, Jacinda is not someone you want to mess with. Michael and Willow have been divorced for a while now, and Michael has moved on with Jacinda. And Jacinda is fiercely protective of her man. In fact, Jacinda is so protective that she is literally going rogue right now. We know Jacinda is getting down in the mud for Michael's sake, setting a trap with drugs to frame Willow and weaken her custody. So if Serena thinks she can just waltz in and seduce Michael, she's going to have to go through Jacinda first, and I am absolutely here for that showdown. Serena might have the Baldwin charm, but Jacinda has the street smarts, and Michael is just sitting back watching the pieces fall into place. Speaking of Willow, don't even get me started. Willow and Nina are arguing again, and I am just so frustrated with Willow's delusions. Willow stubbornly protests to her mother, "This is the strongest position I will ever be in. Are you kidding me, Willow? Strongest position?" She is completely out of her mind. They are arguing about Willow's push for sole custody of Wiley and Amelia. She is trying to rip those kids away from Michael, and she thinks she has all the cards. Let's break down Willow's so-called strong position. She is legally married to Drew Kane, who she spent months drugging and paralyzing. Drew has fully recovered, his speech and mobility are back, and he is plotting a scorched earth revenge against her. Jack Brennan, her ultimate WSB fixer, is about to be killed off this. The black box with the blackmail evidence against Drew was stolen from Windermere. And on top of all that, Brooke Lynn has framed her for leaving the scene of Jordan's crash, and Jacinda is planting drugs on her. How on earth does Willow think she is in a strong position? She is standing on a trapdoor, and the rope is about to be pulled. Nina is actually the voice of reason here, which is saying something. Nina is trying to tell her daughter to stand down, to stop making trouble for herself. Mother and daughter are clashing hard because Nina sees the writing on the wall. But Willow won't listen. She is so arrogant, so convinced that her planned methodology will make everything she wants happen. I know some people are loving this villainous turn for Willow, but personally, I am dreading the fallout. When Willow's house of cards collapses, it is going to be spectacular, but it's going to hurt so many people. And Michael is just sitting back, playing the long game, waiting for her to self-destruct so he can swoop in and take full custody of those kids. Michael knows exactly what he is doing, and Willow is playing right into his hand. But let's pivot to the courtroom, because the stakes are literally life and death right now. Curtis Ashford's criminal trial is officially moving forward. Curtis rejected that 2-year plea deal, because he refuses to let Isaiah Gannon take his place as Desmond's father. I respect Curtis for fighting, but man, it is a huge gamble. If he loses, he is going away for a long, long time. And now, Isaiah is taking the witness stand. I can feel the tension through the screen. Isaiah is sitting up there, and he is furious. Curtis ruined his hand, ruined his surgical career, and Isaiah wants him to pay. He wants to nail Curtis to the wall. But Martin Gray is defending Curtis, and Martin is an absolute... Martin's entire strategy is to push Isaiah's buttons. He wants to provoke Isaiah into a massive, explosive reaction in front of the jury to prove that Isaiah is volatile and that Curtis was provoked into the assault. You can just see Isaiah struggling to push down the anger that is bubbling up inside. Every question Martin asks is designed to humiliate and enrage him. It's brilliant legal maneuvering, but it's so hard to watch. Portia just wrapped up her uncomfortable testimony, and now she has to sit there and watch the man she loves, Isaiah, get torn apart by the lawyer defending her ex-husband. The messy family dynamics are just off the charts. I am genuinely terrified for Curtis. I want him to win, because he deserves to be there for his son, but the evidence is not in his favor, and Isaiah is a very sympathetic victim to a jury. If Martin can't get Isaiah to explode, Curtis is going to prison. It is that simple. And finally, let's talk about Lucy Coe and Mayor Laura Collins. Lucy catches Laura completely off guard with a series of pointed questions. Lucy is always snooping, always digging for information to use for deception or just for her own gossip mill. and Laura is carrying so many heavy burdens right now. I mean, Laura knows that Rocco shot Ross Cullum and that Jason took the fall. She is actively covering up a crime to protect her grandson. Plus, Kevin is over in Ireland, and there are rumors that he might want a divorce. Laura is stressed to the absolute max. So when Lucy starts throwing questions at her, you can see Laura just freezing up. What does Lucy know? Is it about Serena's corporate espionage? Is it about the WSB mess? Or is Lucy just being her usual nosy self? I love Lucy, I really do. But sometimes she needs to read the room. Laura is one bad day away from a total breakdown. But that's Port Charles for you. Nobody gets a moment of peace. Everyone is playing a game, everyone is hiding a secret, and eventually, all of it is going to explode. So where does this leave us as we head into the weekend? Jason is officially out of the mob, leaving Sonny completely exposed to his enemies, and Dante is panicking. Serena is trying to seduce Michael, but Jacinda is standing in the way, like a brick wall. Willow is blindly marching toward her own destruction in this custody battle, ignoring Nina's desperate warnings. Curtis is fighting for his life in court while Martin Gray tortures Isaiah on the stage. And Laura is drowning in secrets while Lucy circles like a shark. I am so emotionally invested in these storylines. I can't even sleep. I am terrified for Sonny, I am cheering for Michael, and I am just waiting for Willow's inevitable downfall. What happens when Sonny's enemies realize he's unprotected? Drop your wild theories below and hit subscribe to never miss an update.